ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। 41. अनुगृह्णन्ति वागादीन् स्वांशयज्ञादिदेवताः भोगक्षये मृतौ स्वांशान् संहरन्ति यथा यथम्। भूयो देहग्रहे भूयो देहस्थानेषु देवताः अंशं निदधति स्वं स्वं न देहग्रहणात् पुरा। The fifth question of Artha Bhaga is being now explained. So the question is Tayoho Mrityu Tanmrityoho Prerakam. What is the Preraka or Prayojaka or Karana of both Mrityu? And what is Mrityu? Bandhakya Graha Atigraha. And its Mrityu, namely Ajnana. What is that? That was asked. The author is explaining this question pertains to an ignorant person, because Ajnani has no rebirth, but Ajnani has got endless births until Abodha, that is Atattva Bodha, until Atmajnana, Tattva Jnana is gained. Till then he has got the Janma Marana. So this is the question. Now the question is being explained. What exactly is meant by the question, for which some facts are revealed. What are those? We have seen the Anvaya of 41 and 42. When a person dies, of course, earlier we have seen what travels, Suksha Sharira travels. But what exactly happens to these Indriyas, that is now let us know. Another thing. Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas or Antakarna in our embodiment are capable of functioning provided they get the power from the corresponding Adhisthana Devatas. For example, power to speak is blessed by Agni, eyes blessed by Surya. So long as this power is there functioning through them, they are capable of doing their job. For any reason, if it is withdrawn, they can't function. So this is the fact. Based on that, what happens at the time of the death, when the individual is dead, but the next body is not yet taken, during that interval period, intermediate period, what happens? Let us see. Agnyadi devataha swamshaihi vagadin anugrihnanti. When the individual is alive and he is dealing with the world, he has got indriyas. At that time what happens? How do they function? Agnyadi devataha. These devatas, presiding deities, Agni Adi, Agni, Vayu, Chandra. Chandra is the presiding deity of the mind. So like this, Surya, all these presiding deities, what they do? Swamshaihi vagadin anugrihnanti. Swamshaihi. By their ansha means counterparts. Their counterparts abiding in a particular embodiment. By their counterpart is ansha bhag of that. Vagadin. So vagadin here, speech etc. means entire, that is upalakshana for all the corresponding counterparts with respect to each and every indriyas and also antakarna. So that is vagadin. What they do? Anugrihnanti. Anugrihnanti. They bless. Bless means empower them or capacitate them to function. Who? These devatas, through their ansha in the embodiment, make these indriyas and the antakarna do their corresponding functions. Now what happens when the person dies? He says, and when does the person die? Bhogakshaye mrutav. Bhogakshaye, which bhoga is ended now? Prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma in that specific embodiment is over by natural death. So bhogakshaye. So dehagrahe. No, not that. The bhogakshaye mrutav. Mrutav. So bhogakshaye mrutav. When the person is dead. The person is dead. See, I told once, even when the person is born, how the person is going to die is already determined itself. You know that once it happened, Dharmaraja was going somewhere. He saw one bird on the verge of dying. It was shivering with the cold and all that. It was dying. He took pity on that. By the time Yamaraja came there. So Dharmaraja knows what is the job of Yamaraja. He pleaded, please don't kill it. No, I won't do anything. I won't do anything to this, he said. So I won't do anything, he said. And what did Dharmaraja do? He took pity on that bird and lifted it, because it's all wind, no cold blast is coming. Just to give some warmth to that, carried about 2-3 miles and kept in a cave where there is no such a cold blast, etc. are not there. Because the bird is incapable of flying. Because bird otherwise could have flown that way. So and he thought, now it is safe. Now did not be bothered, etc. By that time Yamaraja there he was ready. He said, I was wondering, because this bird is destined to die in this cave, but it was 3 miles away there and it is not able to fly. So I was wondering how this is going to die. So you have done the job. So like that, where the fellow is going to die, that is there. I think recently, you must have heard, I don't know, in the newspaper. In the World Trade Center, one lady, young lady about 25 years, she managed to come down from 90th floor, 90, and survived. And you know where she died? In that aeroplane crash she died. You know that one on 11th, after 1 month there was aeroplane crash now. In that she died. Now think of it. She survived from such a mistake, 90th floor, coming down, not ordinary thing. Somehow she came out, and then what? In that air crash. See how बोलते हैं ना दाने दाने पर लिखा है खाने वाले का नाम, like that. Even this is also, that is what it is, properly computerized it is, okay. I think your computer may fail, but this will not fail as such. So fine. So like this. Now this person bhogakshaye mrutav. Bhogakshaya is over and mriti. If bhogakshaya is not there and marana, what does it mean? Suicide, I told you. Suicide, they don't know what can be the implication of that. They have to suffer like anything because the next embodiment is not ready. This embodiment is ended. It is a hell of a job for the person to be in an intermediary state. Okay. Now natural death, bhogakshaye mrau, what happens? Swamshan yatha yatham samharanti. Who? Agnyadi devata. The same Agnyadi devata, Swamshan, their own counterparts, Yatha Yatham, according to the Indriyas. So what will happen? The Agni will withdraw its Amsha from Vak, Surya from the eye. So like that, Yatha Yatham, according to that, whatever that is, where they have blessed, so corresponding Amshas, the counterparts of the Devatas will be what? Samharanti, they withdraw. So in the name, at the time of death, that is the Karanas have no prerana, no, that is what capacity lent to them by this Devatas, they are withdrawn. So, Yathayatham, so means these counterparts, what happens to them? They get merged in the corresponding presiding deities. And these Indriyas are without the prerana, without the capacity to function. Then what happens? When, according to karma phalas and upasana phalas, when the next embodiment is being taken, what happens? Let us see. Bhuyaha, that correction is there. Pusaha has to be corrected as Bhuyaha, I told last time. Bhuyaha means punaha, again. Deha grahi, the jiva, according to the karma phalas, upasanas phalas, has now taken the immediate next embodiment, deha grahi. What happens? Devataha. The same devatas who had withdrawn their ausha counterparts from the indriyas and they were with them, what they do, those devataha? Dehasthaneshu bhuyaha, in the corresponding part of the body, means corresponding to whom? Them. Agni in the speech, Surya in the eyes, like that. So dehasthaneshu bhuyaha, once again, what do they do? Swam ausham nidadhati. Swam ausham, their own part, that counterpart, nidadhati means bestow, means they make those indriyas capable of functioning that way. So, but when the next embodiment is taken, but not earlier, you say, deha grahanat purana. Before deha grahana, before gaining the actual next embodiment, devatas don't impart, don't bestow this particular ausha, and as a result they are incapable of functioning. This is what is the context, or what exactly happens after death and when the next embodiment is taken. So the question is now, the next Shruti phrase says, Kvayam tada purushaha bhavati. So at that time, what is that time? Body, earlier body given up, next body yet to be taken. At that time, this Purusha, Jiva, where exactly he is, Kwa ayam, what is the ashraya for them? See, earlier possibilities are given. What were the possibilities? Stanza 39. Kala, Karma, Ishwaradi. So is it in Kala, or is it in Karma, or Ishvara, etc.? So that is what it was told there. So among all these various types of causes, where exactly this Purusha, the Jiva abides? So that question is explained now in 43 to 45, and thereafterwards slowly the question or answer will start. Adhishtatra viyogena nestadatropamayryutaha Vagadivirasau kim svit prayojakamupashraye. Asau adhishtatra viyogena nestadatropamayhi vagadibhihi yutaha. Nestadatropamayhi vagadihi yutaha kim svit prayojakam upashraye. Kim svit prayojakam upashraye. Asau, who? The Purusha means Jivaha. This Purusha, this Jiva here is Jiva. So this Purusha, Jivaha, Adhishtatra viyogena. Because of separation of Adhishtata. With Adhishtata, presiding deity, Adhisthana Devata. So, because of the separation of the presiding deities, he is like what? The Purusha is like Nestadatropamayhi Vagadibhihi Yutaha. No doubt he is endowed with Vagadi because Suksha Sharira is there. Suksha Sharira is there. But how? It is ineffective. It is not in a functioning condition. Like what? Example is given. Nest Vagadibhihi Yutaha. Yutaha endowed with. Endowed with what? Vagadibhihi, by Indriyas, Antakarna. But what type of it is? Nestadatropamayhi. See, means those indriyas which are incapable of giving the bhoga. Actually, Vagadevi, what Vagadevi? Bhoga pradaihi. Apradai, not bhoga pradaihi, bhoga pradaihi. Aprada means those who are incapable of giving the bhogas. How? Nesta datropamaihi. Illustration is like that. Datru means sickle. Grass is cut with the sickle. A grass cutter, the person who is cutting the grass can cut the grass provided the sickle is there. Suppose he has kept the sickle aside, can he cut? No. So nesta dat. A person who is operating a machine, if he has left the machine, he is not no more an operator as such. So like this, so nesta datra, the one who has kept aside the sickle is no more can cut the grass. So like that, so this Vagadevi means bhoga pradaihi. The Indriyas, Antakarnas incapable of giving the bhoga experiences, endowed with that switch, endowed with those yutaha, endowed with them. The question is, he says, Kim swit prayojakam upashraye. Kim swit prayojakam. Kim swit what? Prayojaka, karana, ashraya. Does it resort to? What cause it resorts to? So that is the question. Now what exactly meant by what cause does he resort to? The varieties of possibilities are being given. So these are the possibilities. So what are those possibilities? 44 and 45 explains. Kim karanatat kim karanatmatameti kim va kena chidatmana avatishtata evayam kim va karma karmaiva samshritaha. Samshritaha, correct to samshritaha, akara you remove, and also kena, make it svena, alternate reading is there, it's more correct reading. In the place of kena, make it svena. Kim karanatatmatam eti, kim va ayam svena chidatmana chidatmana eva avatisthate kim va karma eva samshritaha. Few possibilities further will be told in the 45. Kim karanatmatam eti. Does this jiva purusha, does he become that does he become the karanatma? Karanatma means karana swarupa. Actually these are different matas, different pakshas that are there about this. One by one he is pointing out. So what is the karana swarupa of this jiva? Jiva is jiva because of what? Ajnana. So therefore, does he become ajnana means does he become one with the ajnana? So this much says that jiva is a karya, the effect of ajnana, avidya. So therefore, in that particular state, does he become one with the ajnana? So all this will be thrashed out afterwards in the answer. The first is question. Atmata means swarupata. That is one possibility. Or kimva ayam, this purusha, jiva, svena chidatmana avatisthate. See, gross body is gone. Swarupa of the jiva is what? Chaitanya Rupa, Atma. Does he merge in the Chaitanya Rupa Atma because the body is gone, gross body is gone? That is svena chidatmana. Chidatmana chit swarupena, Chaitanya swarupena eva avatisthate. Does he remain in that very swarupa form of Chaitanya? Second possibility. Kim va karma eva samshitaha. Vimasakamata. Does he resort in karma, the karma phala? This is the third possibility. Let us say further. गुणान् वा यदि वेशानं कालं वा दैवमेव वा यदृच्छा सन्ततिं शून्यं विनाशं वेति भण्यताम् गुणान् वा एड संश्रितः यदि there is veshanam there is no vesha there va ishanam veshanam sandhi is va ishanam veshanam. Sometimes the sandhis are very tricky because you know vesha. You may not know Sanskrit, but you know vesha, you know other this mother tongue. So that veshanam, what is this veshanam? Va ishanam veshanam. So yadi va ishanam kalam va daivam eva va yadrucham va santatim shunyam vinasham va iti bhanyata. Or is that Purusha samshritaha? What? Gunan. According to Sankhya Mata. Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Does it take resort in the gunas? Gunan samshritaha. Yadiva or Ishanam samshritaha has to be taken everywhere. Va Ishanam samshritaha. The jiva becomes one with whom? Ishvara, Parameshvara. Does he become that way? Ishanam samshritaha. Or Kalam va Jyotirvidam mataha. Jyotish Shastra, those who say. So is it, he takes resort ashra in the Kala, time, or Daivameva va, this Devata Kanda Bhipraya. So Devata Kanda means, they say, no, it takes resort in the Adhisthana Devatas, Daivameva va. Now next is Yadricham va, there, Yadricha is there, put Anuswara. Not simply Yadricha, Yadricham, Anuswara must be there. Yadricham va samshitaha, or it take resorts in Rajricha. Yadricha means chance. This is a Lokayata Mata. This is all materialistic people. It only a chance only as such. So therefore just chance. So Lokayata Mata, so like Charvakas, etc. So Yadricham va, or Santatim va. This is Kshanika Vijnana Vada. The Kshanika Vijnana Santati. That flickers of consciousness one after the other. Santatim va. Or then Shunyavada. Shunyam va. Does it take resort in the Shunya? Further, Vinasham va. So this other mata who says Jiva also has Vinasha, Dhvamsa, gets destroyed. Temporarily he gets destroyed. So is it that way? Vinasham va iti bhanyatam. So with all accusative, Vishanam, Santatim, Shunyam, Vinasham, Yadrucham, Samshritaha, Jivaha, Samshritaha, Purushaha, Samshritaha, the Samshritaha has to be added. Bhanyatam, please tell. Who is asking whom? Don't forget the context. Arthabhaga is asking Yajnavalkya. Earlier 4 questions he has asked, Yajnavalkya has answered, 5th question is asked, and Vidyaranya Muni has explained the question. So hearing this, Yajnavalkya was very happy. The question is even questions also must be proper. So a very good question, so he was very happy. But what was the context? What was going on there? Debate, Vijigishu Katha. It was a debate to win over the other person. So as it, and Arthabhaga also had asked to prove that Yajnavalkya doesn't know. But Yajnavalkya appreciates the question and he says, this cannot be part of Vijigishu Katha. This needs a special treatment. So that means he should be told properly as such and not in the context of the Vijigeshu Katha. So therefore he holds his hand and takes him aside and there discusses him and gives the answer. Arthabhaga knows Yajnavalkya has got the answer. Then he withdraws from his further questioning. Prashnena tushta santyajya vijigisham sahamuna nirgatau vijigishubhyo mitho nirnaya muchatuhu. Prashnena tushtaha, add Yajnavalkyaha, amuna saha vijigisham santyajya ubhau vijigishubhyaha nirgatau mithaha nirnayam uchatuhu. Prashnena tushtaha Yajnavalkya tushtaha, pleased with the question. Pleased with the question of this question of Arthabhaga. So what did he do? Amuna saha, with him. Amuna means who is this with? Arthabhagena saha, with Arthabhaga. What did he do? Vijigisham santyajya. Vijigisha means the desire to vanquish him. So desire to win over him. So he gave up that desire because actually it was so. Santyajya, having given up. Ubhau, both of them, what did they do? Vijigishubhyaha nirgatau. From that assembly which is meant to win over the other, nirgatau, they went aside. And what did they do? Mithaha, mutually. So nirnayam uchutuhu means they arrived at a decision. Means Yajnavalkya discussed the questions with Arthabhaga and arrived at a decision. This is what how others cannot be, this must be the result, and why others cannot be, all that is discussed. So now how are we to know? They had gone aside. We don't know what they discussed. But Vidyaranya Muni gives us, did he plant a spy there? So what is happening there? But how did you know? No. So that means for our listening, Shruti tells us what they have. Shruti has access. Shruti tells us what transpired between them, though the assembly doesn't know. The people who are there assembled, all great Vidwans, they don't know. But the Shruti says this is what transpired between them. This is the answer, and that is what is now explained by who? The Vidyaranya Muni. Now answer is given from 47 to 49. So one by one are now, that is now eliminated. Sausara bhumi vartitvat naivayam karanashrayah. Karmadi paratantratvat swashrayoyam na cheshyate. Ayam samsara bhumi vartitvat karanashrayah na eva naiva ad bhavati. Karanashrayah naiva ad bhavati. Again, ayam karmadi paratantratvat swashrayaha nacha ishyati. Swashraya. Ayam karma, add there atma jnanam vina. After karmadi paratantratvat, add atma jnanam vina. Swashrayam nacha ishyati. Swashrayam nacha ishyati. Ayam, who is this ayam? Purushaha, Jivaha. Kvayam Purusha was called Kvayam Tada Purusha, that Jiva, Ayam. Samsara Bhumi Vartitva. After death, is he in the realm of samsara or beyond or free from samsara? Is he in the realm of samsara or free from samsara? In the realm of samsara. Why? Karma, etc., all the desires and all these are there. See, so long as sankalpa is there, so long as desire is there, what is there? Samsara is there. So, at one place Vashishta says, with both say cause of and me, no, what is that me? Says me the Brahmanishta, not whatever person. The me the Brahmanishta, not simply Shroshtiya, Brahmanishta. I shout that cause of samsara is what? Sankalpa, sankalpa, sankalpa. But nobody listens to me. No, nobody, even if I shout at the top of my voice, nobody listens. So this fellow who is full of desires, etc., where the question for him of getting freed from samsara, because samsara bhumi vartitva. Because being in the realm of the samsara, so this Jiva Purusha, karanashrayaha naeva, cannot get dissolved in the karana ajnana. See, there is a particular thing. By specific avyakta upasana, this person can get dissolved in the avyakta. What is the avyakta? Unmanifest condition of the jagat. That also is one of the phala. That fellow hibernates there. Up to what? Up to the next kalpa. Like how what? Like you sleep, that's all. When you sleep, what happens? Only you have to wait for the next day. These fellows will have to wait for next kalpa, that's all. It is a particular type of upasana is there. So Kumbhakarna 6 months only. Kumbhakarna 6 months he has to come out after the 6 months. This is a particular type of avyakta. Don't try, okay? So I don't get sleep. Better take to avyakta upasana so that what? Until the end of the kalpa I can sleep, sleep. But without the body aside. So not that way. So with that merging in the avidya is not there, because still the fellow is in the realm of samsara. Karanashrayaha, the karana matra means avidya, cannot get resolved, cannot get dissolved or resolved in the avidya. Why? Still in the realm of samsara. Then maybe he gets dissolved in the Atma Sarupa, Chaitanya Sarupa. No, he says, Ayam Jivaha, this Jiva, Karmadi Paratantrutva. Another thing is that, see, earlier, to get dissolved in avidya, this avidya or karma, what happens? If he does that, your law of karma will go wrong. What is that? If jiva gets dissolved that way, krita hana, all karmas done will be destroyed without doing the bhoga, and akruta bhyagama prasanga. And the fellow will get, those who have not done anything, they will get stuck up with some karma phala. So such thing doesn't happen. That is not true. Second one, ayam jiva karmadi paratantratva, being under the control of karma. Karma means karma phala, adi upasana phalas and his own desires and all that. Atmadjnanam vina, without gaining the atmadjnana, swashraya nacha ishyati. Vanson ashraya, what is the Vanson ashraya? Chaitanya Swarupa. The common Chaitanya denominator, the Chaitanya, the common denominator in all. So the Chidrupataya avasthanam, that is swashraya. Nacha ishyate means nacha yujyate. It is not proper to say so. Why? The controlling factors like karma, the ichcha, all these are there, and atmadjnana is not there. So karana ashraya, avidya ashraya, laya in avidya ruled out, and laya in chaitanya swarupa atma ruled out. Now gunas, guna and other things. Jadatvad guna kaladir najivam netumarhati. हठो यदृच्छा शून्यं तु मानहीनं तथेतरत् गुणकालादिः जडत्वात् जीवः न नेतुम् अर्हति. गुणकालादिः जडत्वात्, not जीवः, जीवं, जीवं न नेतुम् अर्हति. यदृच्छा हठः, हठः स्यात्, you can add that. यदृच्छा हठः स्यात्. शून्यं तु मानहीनं तथा इतरत्. गुणकालादिः, तो गुणकालादिः, तो गुण, that means jiva taking resort in guna. Gunas, what are those? Sankhya-vata, satvika, sattva-guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. Kaladihi, kala, time. Adi for daivam, not ishanam. Ishanam will be separately answered as such. So daivam, presiding deity. Say, na jadatva, because being inert in nature, gunas, etc., it cannot take resort to. Means gunas are inert, kala is inert, daiva, presiding deity, upadhi wise is also inert. So without chaitanya it is inert. So therefore, na netum arhati means they are incapable of carrying the jiva to another body. So look, he is dead. Next body is not taken. What does it mean? He is awaiting the next body and next embodiment has to be taken. If the jiva has to go to the next embodiment. So gunas, sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna, by themselves inert, how they can carry? Not possible. Kala, time also, deva also, I think deva is separately taken, I believe. No, deva is here only, it comes here only. So deva, presiding deity, presiding deities also can't take. Do you know why? How will they take? They will take provided order is there. They will take. They do take. So like Brahmaloka, etc. They do, because they are the carriers. You know that Archimarga, Dhumamarga, all these are there. They are the carriers. These are, and they carry this thing up to a certain point. And then transshipment takes, transshipment. So transshipment takes, somebody take care of that. Like that they go. Provided what? Order must be there. How the order comes? Who has to give the order? Ishvara. But how Ishvara will give? Karma phalas. Not simply like that. So therefore they are also, by themselves they are incapable of taking to them. So therefore, na net jivam netum na arhati. They can't take it to another embodiment. Means they cannot be the cause of this jiva taking another embodiment. That way it is to be. Not that simply jada, etc. They cannot be the cause of taking the jiva to another embodiment. Then maybe this who lokayata mata, yadricha, just by chance. Yadricha hataha. To say that it is by chance, hata means impertinence. It's a foolish thing to tell that it is just by chance. By chance, if everything happens, what will happen? You need not do anything at all. Everything will take itself by chance only. It is impertinence to say that. It has no pramana also. There is no valid means to say so. Actually, other things he says without pramana. For this, he even doesn't say without pramana. It is only a hata means foolishness on part of someone to say so. It is only impertinence to say so. Yadricha hataha asya. Then shunyam, maybe jiva resorts in shunya, non-existence. Shunyam tu manahinam. Mana means here pramana. There is no pramana that it abides in the shunya, or there is no pramana, the basis of jagat is shunya. See, look, the shunya word, be careful. this Shunyavadis, Bodhas, what is meant there Shunya is non-existence. But in Upanishad, like Maitrayana Upanishad, Shunya word is used. You know what is it? Empty. That should be that. Shunya means empty. Empty of what? This Jagat means free from Jagat. That it means. So therefore this, the Shunya used in Upanishad should not be mistaken with the Shunya used by the Shunyavadi of the Bauddha school of thought. So that way, so here, Shunyam is that Buddhistic school, so non-existence, Manahinam, there is no pramana to that. Tatha, Itarat, also Manahinam. Itarat, Tatha, so also. Itarat means Kshanikavadi and Vinashavadi, all these are what? Tatha means they are also Manahinam, without any pramana. Now, who remains now? Who are remaining now? Ishvara and someone else is there. Karma. Ishvara and karma are remaining. He rules out the Ishvara. What remains is karma. Jiveshwarau swatantrau ched vidhishastram Ato sadharano janma hetu karmaiva shishyate. Jiveshwarau. Alternate is there. Yes, this is where it was. Devatas come here. That alternate reading is there in the place of Jiva, Deveshwarau. That is more correct. So Deva and Ishvara rule here. Because there, in that Adi, in 48, in Adi we have taken who? Kala, and we had also taken the Daiva. Daiva cannot be taken. If you take Daiva, you have to go round about the way because Daiva is Sachetana. So it is not in that because he said Jadatvat he has said. So Jadatvat, so therefore Guna, Kala, Adi means other things which are inert in nature, you can take that, but Daiva has to be taken in the here, and there is alternate reading is there. So therefore, so Deveshwarau, that is the correct reading. Deveshwarau swatantrau chet vidhishastra manarthakam ataha asadharanaha janma hetu. Join janma hetu, not separate. Not janma and hetu. One janmanaha hetu, janma hetu. Join janma hetu. Karma eva shishyate. Now the remaining are what? Three. Deva, Ishvara and Karma. All others are ruled out. So now Deveshwarau, Deva and Ishvara, Swatantrau chet. If they are independent to lead the Jiva to a next embodiment, independent means what? Independent of what? Karma phalas. Independent of karma phalas. So that is karmani anapeksha swatantrena jivadi prerane. If Devas, presiding deities, and Ishvara are independent in leading the Jiva to next embodiment, so how, without the karma, then what will happen? What is the deciding factor? What is the deciding factor? What is the deciding factor if you go to a government office and you want to get your work done? Under the table. So like that you have to, because something is desired by that fellow you give and he will do in return, though he is appointed for that. Like that you have to do something with this Deveshwara. Perhaps you may succeed in doing with Deva, but you can't succeed in doing with Ishvara. Do you know why? Why? Suppose the Deva is a Ajnani, and if Deva is a Jnani, he will not also, under the table deal will not work. So, it's a Ajnani you may, because he wants something and you, But one thing, you may be incapable of giving what Deva wants. That also, your capacity also must be there. So that as far Ishvara is concerned, next to impossible. Why? Paripurnaha. What can you do? So therefore he says, so Deveshwarau Swatantra Uchet. That is, they are not in, that means if you say Swatantra, there is no guiding factor, deciding factor to give a particular individual, a particular jiva, particular embodiment. Because how many embodiments are there? 84 lakh, heavenly to the hellish one. What is the guiding factor? So that means no. Yet, then you know what happens if that is the case? Vidhishastram anarthakam. Vidhishastra. Do this if you want to have this. Don't do this if you want to avoid this. So, for example, Swarga Kamaha Yajeta. If you want to go to Swargas, do this yaga. So, Agnihotram Juhuyat. Perform the Agnihotra. You will get the result of Swa, etc. So, why? Who says this? Shruti, Vedas, given by who? Ishvara. It will be redundant because they on their own they can decide as such. Actually, the deciding factor is not there. So, therefore, we can't say Jiva and Ishvara, that is, they are, not Jiva. The Jiva takes resorts in presiding deities and Ishvara cannot be said. Otherwise, Vidhishastra, this Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda will be useless, meaningless. So now who remains now? Karma remains, that is the verdict. Ataha asadharanaha janma hetuhu karma eva shishyate. Therefore, that is asadharana janma hetu, the cause of specific embodiment. Janma, birth means taking specific embodiment. Karma eva shishyate. What remains is only karma. Do you agree? Or some gadbad is here also? This is finally arrived at. So the jiva takes resorts in what? Karma. Do you agree? Or any gadbad is there? Huh? Karma also is jada. Who says? Because it has to come in the category of what? Jadatvat gunakaladi. So that means no answer at all. Is it? So karma also is jada. Yes, karma also is jada, but there are factors which make them function. So who are those? See, that Deva and Ishana. Presiding deities and Ishvara what? With the karma, they give the further embodiment. So that doubt now, how do you say karma? Karma also is inert in nature. So that is the case. Here is the answer. Sati karmani vaichitryam deha namupapadyate. Deveshanugrihitatvat jadya dosho na karmanaha. Karmani, add asadharana janma hetau. Karmani, add asadharana janma hetau. Sati dehanam vaichitryam upapadyati. Dehanam vaichitryam upapadyati. Deveshanugrihitatvat karmanaha jadya doshaha na, add sambhavati, na sambhavati. Karmani asadharana janma hetau sati. When karma is there, and what is this nature of karma? Asadharana janma hetu, the specific cause to give a specific embodiment. If that is there, Dehanam Vaichitryam Upapadyate. This is tenable. What is tenable? Vaichitryam, variegatedness or dehas. Variegatedness of dehas possible. So earlier I said, merely Ishvara or Devata cannot do. Why? What is the deciding factor to give a specific embodiment? So therefore, when if the specific cause of karma in terms of giving a specific embodiment is there, then this variegatedness of the embodiment is what? Upapadyate is proper, is tenable. And further, if the doubt is, karma also is inert, how do you say karma can do that? Here is the answer. Deveshanugrihitattva. Second line dispels the doubt. That is, karmanaha jadatvat prayojakatvam na sambhavati. Karma also is inert. How can it be the cause for the taking the next embodiment? That answer is given. Deveshanugrihitattva. Karma is what? Has got anugraha. It is blessed, means it is made to function or wielded by who? Deva and Ishvara. First Ishvara, as per Ishvara's karma, for laws of karma, what does Devas execute the order? So therefore, Deveshanugrahitatva karmanaha jadya doshaha na sambhavati. So in the case of karma, the jadya dosha, what is jadya dosha? The defect of themselves being inert. The defect of them being inert, and because inert, incapable of being the next, giving the next embodiment, na sambhavati is not possible. So with this, Artha Bhaga is dismissed. So he has no more questions to ask. Now next person comes now. He is Bhujju. So the Bhujju is coming. So now is the Bhujju Brahmana, third Brahmana. Now here 51 to 70. So this Bhujju Brahmana is explained from stanza 51 to 70. This fellow tries to play a little smart by using the words which can probably confuse others, but not Yajnavalkya. So Yajnavalkya knows all these things because he uses the words though, which are not generally used just to confuse him. Tritiya Brahmane Punya Phalavadhirudiryate Ashwamedha Param Punyam Brahmaloka Phalavadhihi. Phalavadhihi. That alternative is correct. Put Visarga there. In the footnote it has been given, that is the correct one. Phalavadhihi. Tritiya Brahmane Punya Phalavadhihi Udiryate Ashwamedha Param Punyam Brahmaloka Phalavadhihi. Actually there is a reading Brahmalokaha Phalavadhihi. That Brahmalokaha also is better. Brahmalokaha Phalavadhihi. Tritiya Brahmane, in the third Brahmana, namely Bhujju Brahmana. I think these are nice names. Nowadays they are not kept. Bhujju. They say what? Tinku, Tinky. I think better than Tinku, Tinky and all that. So they are Bhujju. Okay. So Bhujju. Tritiya Brahmane Punya Phalavadhihi Udiryate. Udiryate told what? Punyavadhi Phalavadhi. That is the final limit of punya. Means you can have punya up to this much. Like ceiling on your bank balance. Okay. Including captains with the Swiss banks. Okay. So ceiling or like that. So punya can be acquired up to this limit. Beyond that nobody can acquire. Then phala. The phala can be acquired up to this limit. Beyond that no. So that is what is being told. Do you know why it is told? even the highest punya that you can aspire for, even the highest phala that you can hope for, is within the boundary of samsara. Therefore, to be gained or shunned, shun it up. So give it up. Not worth striving for. That is the purpose. So Tritiya Brahmane, so that is punya phalavadhehe api samsaratvat heyatva pradarsanaya. Even that, the final of punya and final of phala is what? Is being in the realm of samsara. Better give it up, aspire for something beyond samsara. So now that is what he said. What is exactly it is? Ashwamedha param punyam. Ashwamedha yaga is the one which can give the highest punya. You know what is the least punya according to Vaidika karma? Agnihotra. Highest is Ashwamedha. You may say Ashwamedha can be performed only by Kshatriyas, not Brahmanas. That means what does it mean? Brahmanas are deprived of the highest punya, Kshatriya, and all Kshatriyas cannot perform the Ashwamedha yaga. He must be emperor, or he should prove that he is the Chakravarti. So how is it? No, for Brahmanas, instead of Ashwamedha yaga, Ashwamedha upasana is being given. So they did not take to yaga, they can perform the Ashwamedha upasana and gain the same result. So that way it is there. So that is the highest result. Okay. And Brahmalokaha. So Brahmaloka, the loka of Hiranyagarbha is what? Phalavadhihi is the final phala, the final result of any doing in terms of sadhana, sadhya. प्रत्यक्षस्थावरत्वाख्य स्पष्ट पापफलावधिः द्वयज्ञानादियत्ता हि विज्ञायते द्वयज्ञानादियत्ता हेय संस्कृतेः पापफलावधिः प्रत्यक्षः स्थावरत्वाख्यः स्पष्टः द्वयज्ञानात् हेय संस्कृतेः यत्ता विज्ञायते द्वयज्ञानात् हेय संस्कृतेः यत्ता विज्ञायते. We'll take it next time. ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Hare Om.